Legendary computer security expert Bruce Schneier sets the stage for a discussion on big data in his new book entitled Data and Goliath. But you might be surprised at which side he thinks we should fall on. I'm Scott Schober, and this is your 2-minute cybersecurity briefing. This book's biblical pun for a name immediately drew me into the original Bible story of David and Goliath. David, the quintessential underdog and mere shepherd boy, dealt with the taunts from the giant Philistine warrior known as Goliath until he had enough. Against unsurmountable odds, he struck the giant Philistine warrior dead with a simple sling and a rock and God's backing. Bruce makes the characters in his title easily identifiable. Example after example both scared and reassured me that I, as well as all, play a part of David or data. But then that would pit us against our own government or any large entity prepared to convict, prosecute, and even execute us based on our own data. That's where Goliath comes in and where this book spends most of its time. Over and over again, Schneier successfully drives home the point that we are just vessels for our own data, and collectively, we all become big data. Everywhere we go, everything we purchase, everyone we know, and everything we communicate to those people is being collected and analyzed by some government or corporate organization. Not all of these efforts are nefarious, but it doesn't matter, because with each new breach in the headlines, you can be assured that millions of new victims will emerge. Hackers with questionable intentions are stealing and selling your data to the highest bidders with the worst of intentions. But we have a choice as consumers, citizens, and humans. No matter how convenient a new technology or product or service might seem, there's always a trade-off. We actively make those choices every day and voluntarily give up some rights for convenience. Schneier continually reminds us all that we are still in control of our own privacy and security destiny, because sometimes the simplest lessons are the ones that need to be repeated the most. He also asks his readers to consider that we may be giving up more than we could possibly gain in this big data trade-off. The book flowed with easy-to-read prose from cover to cover. No overly technical jargon or complex lectures on the science of surveillance and data mining to numb the reader. I found Bruce's delivery on point and examples easy to connect to my own experiences. His research shines through his highlighting of credibility and forcing the reader to engage further. Why am I receiving this email? Why am I being asked to enter personal information? What happens once I hit send? Questions like these used to occasionally pop into my head, but no longer are they occasional. Like a permanent checklist, I now cannot forget them, even if I wanted to. Schneider's book can be broken up into 3 parts. The first part discusses how we are all connected through the internet and how that connection creates privacy and security trade-offs. The second part dives into mass surveillance as carried out by various agencies to remind us that our digital footprints live on much longer than we realize. And in the third part, Bruce dissects all the standard practices of mass surveillance and proposes a more effective targeted surveillance of truly bad actors. Schneier goes on to criticize mass surveillance programs as effective only in invading our own privacy rights. Regardless of your stance on data mining and mass surveillance, you will walk away from Data and Goliath more aware than ever of your place in this big data ecosystem, but more importantly, that it's not too late to take back control of your digital life. I give Data and Goliath 5 out of 5 stars. Stay safe.